Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today I want to have a chat about The Division Heartland, Ubisoft Forward, and everything in between. Over the past few weeks and months, there's been a lot of speculation and theories and rumors about where and how Heartland might finally be unveiled, and the possibilities range wildly. Some think Gamescom, some think Ubisoft Forward, some think a standalone announcement or event, not that dissimilar from what we saw this past week with The Division Resurgence, but the farther we go along, the more hints and teases and coincidences begin to arise, and not only were there a few interesting details that have come out lately that people have asked me about and wanted my thoughts on, but we now also have gotten the official confirmation of the date and time for the next Ubisoft Forward, and so while those details didn't really warrant individual videos of their own, I figured it'd be fun to bundle everything into one and provide a bit of an update and speculation bundle about the latest Division Heartland rumors as we continue to grow closer to Gamescom and now the next Ubisoft Forward. Hopefully that sounds fun to everybody. Let's dive in. First off, let's just get the big news out of the way. We finally got the official date for the next Ubisoft Forward. As you can see right here, they said save these dates: Skull and Bones, Ubisoft Forward Spotlight July 7th, and then Ubisoft Forward September 10th. Obviously the Skull and Bones one already happened the other day, and that was the first time they had done one of those spotlights like that, I believe. And then, as it says on there, September 10th, we're finally getting the next Ubisoft Forward. So that in and of itself wasn't really, revolutionary. We knew it was coming at some point, but now we know early September. That could potentially align with some of the dates and timelines that we've discussed previously, but let's put a pin in that for a moment and come back to it later. So after we finally got that date reveal for the upcoming Ubisoft Forward, this happened. Storm Reshare the exact same announcement. Now let me be completely clear. I don't want to be misunderstood here. I'm not saying that by Storm resharing this information, that's indicative of them saying they have something to show at the event. I'm not. Could that be what this is implying? Absolutely, but it in no way confirms it. Storm is a Ubisoft studio. They occasionally repost stuff. It's not necessarily out of the ordinary. I do think it's somewhat interesting that they decided to type it all out instead of just retweeting the original announcement, but that could mean nothing. The reason I'm bringing this up is because A, many people have tagged me and DM'd me asking about the significance of this, and B, combined with some of the other stuff we're going to talk about here, that's where I begin to see some of the connections, some coincidences, and we'll see what happens from there. So, to recap, Ubisoft reveals the forward date, Storm formats, and reshares the same information. Alright, funny enough, this isn't the first time recently that Storm and the official Ubisoft account have been mirroring one another, as the orange background incident happened recently that many of you may have heard of. If you're unaware, what went down here is that Ubisoft shared this image when they announced that they were going to be at Gamescom. Here's a better look at it. It just shows the Ubisoft x Gamescom, marketing there, pretty standard. Well, for at least two different hiring posts now, I believe. Here's one of the pictures of them Storm put on their Twitter. Notice anything familiar? Again, to be clear, this is confirmation of nothing. Storm is a Ubisoft studio, and it's completely within the realm of possibility that Ubi just sent out a PR kit recently to use some new backdrops for their official posts. Who knows? It could be nothing, or it could be something. And again, the more of these things that keep happening and popping up, the more suspicious I get. And I had a lot of people send me those photos and ask if I thought they meant anything. So there you go. As unsatisfying as a response as this is, I think that they could mean something, or they could very well not mean anything. Now let's discuss one final bit of info lately that really solidifies my belief that something is stirring. And that was, as many of you probably know, that in the recent Division Universe Update article, they finally referenced The Division Heartland. This is what was officially said. In addition to the updates for The Division 2, the team at Storm Entertainment is also working hard on a new experience set within the Tom Clancy The Division universe, Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland. Throughout the development, the team has been holding closed testing and will continue this testing to help evolve the game experience. If you want to be a part of these tests, make sure you register through our website. We cannot wait to share more information with you at a later date. So, pretty standard, but when you consider it in context, it's actually pretty important because, believe it or not, forgetting every leak and rumor and accidental store posting in this past year, this is only the second ever time that Ubisoft has officially recognized and mentioned The Division Heartland. It was announced in the previous universe update back in May of 2021, and since then, any information that is released has been entirely leaks. So now, 14 months later, Ubisoft is finally mentioning Heartland again. These events get announced. There's some weird winks and nods and coincidences between Storm and the official account. You wouldn't be crazy for wondering if there's a connection here, hence why I'm doing this whole video compiling everything. Ultimately, the answer to this question and to this video is we do not know what is going to happen next, but to offer my own insight and perspective, I think it's time. I think we've waited the long wait. I think the confirmation of testing having happened and continuing to happen is indicative of a few things. And I think Ubisoft is finally ready to show Heartland to the world, regardless of whatever Red Storm might possibly be teasing with that, orange background usage or their personal repost of the Ubisoft Forward date. I think that they and the Division Heartland will indeed have a presence at either Gamescom, Ubisoft Forward, or both. I could see them doing a full reveal at either. I could also see them teasing Heartland at Gamescom. They show like a short gameplay teaser or cinematic or something like that, and then telling people to tune in to the Ubisoft Forward where they do a full reveal and deep dive. I mean, the two events are literally like 2 weeks apart, right? That then puts us into September. Could they pull an Apex Legends and release the game weeks or even sooner after the reveal? Could they slate Heartland for a holiday release and use these events to start building the hype? In my mind, pretty much everything is on the table, but I'm throwing my chips in. I really do think we're finally going to get the world premiere of Heartland at one of these two events. This many coincidences and rumblings don't start stirring for something like Heartland unless something is up, and simply put, I think our time is up. The wait is over. We've got about a month and a half until Gamescom arrives, and like I said, Ubisoft Forward will follow very shortly after, so we've got a bit of time to see if anything else pops up, if we get any more hints or teases, but I'm anxiously awaiting these two events. I think it's going to be a big moment for the Division brand and community, and I'm very interested to hear what y'all are thinking about this. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on to be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts about this whole Heartland conversation. Do you see any oddities or irregularities in Red Storm's reposts or usage of the same background? Again, it's not necessarily indicative of anything, but so many people ask me my thoughts on the matter. Clearly, it is on people's minds when they're seeing this stuff happen. And do you think the game will finally be revealed at either Gamescom or Ubisoft Forward? If so, which one? We've been waiting a very long time for this game. I know many people are just anxious to get a glimpse at what awaits them, and so I hope this video helped in perhaps giving you a bit of hope. I know for me it's pretty crazy to see Ubisoft finally acknowledging the game again on that timeline, and so I'm excited to see what awaits us in the coming weeks and months. That's going to do it for me today, though. Everybody, once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold. Ow.